Congratulations, graduates. My name is Tom Gordon from the class of 1997 and chair of the Florida State University Alumni Association National Board of Directors. I want to congratulate each of you on this wonderful accomplishment today. It is a profound honor to stand before you as the first expanded chair of the Alumni Association National Board. To graduate from Florida State is an immense achievement, and your degree will take places you cannot imagine. Today, as you turn your tassel, you mark an incredible milestone in your life, and you become part of an FSU family with more than 407,000 living alumni worldwide. Your chapter as students may be ending, but you are synonymous forever. And our community of alumni is ready to support you in your next chapter. I encourage you to plug into this lifetime resource and stay connected by joining a local summer club in town, or perhaps get involved in one of our 9 affiliate members, like the Young Alumni or the Hispanic Black Alumni. FSU Connect, the digital platform that can be used from anywhere, will be another valuable resource for you to lean on the advice and experience of fellow alumni. All you have to do is ask a question. As graduates, you're all automatic members of the FSU Alumni Association. Take advantage of programs like FSU Connect, resources at our career center, networking opportunities, mentorship programs, travel benefits, events, and more. You can learn all about these opportunities at alumni.fsu.edu. Wherever your adventure takes you, your alumni family is rooting for you and here to support you. Congrats again, and go Royals. Felicidades a todos. Mi nombre es Javi Boyes, clase de Libros y Presidente de la FSU y presidente de la Junta Directiva Nacional de la Asociación de Antiguos Alumnos de la FSU. Quiero felicitar a cada uno de ustedes en este gran día. Es un gran honor estar ante ustedes como el primer presidente hispano de la Junta Nacional de la Asociación de Antiguos Alumnos. Graduarse de FSU es un logro inmenso y su título lo llevará a lugares que no puedes imaginar. Hoy, al girar la bola, marca un hito increíble en su vida y se convierte en parte de la familia de más de 407,000 alumnos antiguos vivos alrededor del mundo. Su capítulo como estudiantes ha terminado, pero ustedes son seminoles para siempre. Nuestra comunidad de antiguos alumnos está listos para apoyarlo en su próximo capítulo. Le animo a que se conecte a este recurso de oportunidad y se mantengan conectados uniéndose a un club de seminoles local en su ciudad o tal vez involucrándose en una de nuestras 9 redes de afinidad, como la red de jóvenes alumnos o la red de alumnos hispanos latinos. FSU Connect, una plataforma digital que se puede utilizar en cualquier lugar, será otro recurso valioso para que puedas apoyarte en los consejos y la experiencia de otros antiguos alumnos. La única cosa que tienes que hacer es hacer una pregunta. Como graduados, todos ustedes son automáticamente miembros de la Asociación de Antiguos Alumnos de FSU. Aproveche programas como FSU Connect, recursos en el Career Center, oportunidades de establecer contactos, programas y tutoría, beneficios de viajes, eventos y más. Puede obtener más información sobre estas oportunidades en alumni.fsu.edu, donde quiera que te lleve tu aventura. Tu familia de antiguos alumnos está aquí para apoyarte. Felicidades de nuevo y vamos a unirnos.
can sit more that way.
Put them on to hammer that out.
Good morning. That was terrible. Morning. Morning. Please be seated. I'm Mark Ziegler from the College of Business, and we're very happy to have you with us. The ceremony will begin in a few minutes. I have two requests. First, when the time comes, please stand for the processional, the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, and at the end of the ceremony, the recessional. Our second request is that, except for the times when we've been asked to stand, please remain seated throughout the ceremony. Graduates must remain until all degrees have been granted and the recessional is over. If you leave after your graduate has received the degree, it may interfere with others in the audience who are here to see their graduates. During the conferral of degrees, a professional photographer will photograph each graduate walking across the stage. You will receive proofs of the pictures, but there is no obligation to buy them. And finally, we ask everyone to please silence your cell phones. Thank you again. We're very happy to have you with us.
Good morning. Morning. I'm Dr. Richard McCullough, President of Florida State University, and I welcome you to the special ceremony for our summer doctoral pudding. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors, Pledge of Allegiance, and the singing of the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Fellow Guard, you're dismissed. The audience may now be seated. I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to our guests from Seminole Tribe of Florida for serving as color guard for our ceremony today. Thank you, Kevin Pinkerton, Nick Garcia from the Seminole Tribe Fire Rescue Department, along with Brian Conley from the Seminole Tribe of Florida Police Department. Florida State University respects its unique and collaborative friendship with the Seminole Tribe of Florida. The university and the tribal partners work side by side for the respectful use of name, imagery, and symbols. Seminole history is Florida history, and everyone in the FSU community is responsible for maintaining and respecting the ongoing partnership. Thank you to our wonderful commencement brass from the College of Music, conducted by Drew Harvey Moore. I'd also like to thank Leah Shoemaker for singing the national anthem. Leah's pursuing a master's in vocal performance while working to perfect her artistry here at Florida State University. She's continued to perform while applying to young artist programs. Thank you, Leah. I want to thank Alex Fisher for leading us in the pledge. Alex served as an officer in the Florida Army National Guard from 2016 to 2023 until switching to active duty Air Force, finishing up his residency as a military psychologist. Alex is graduating today with a combined PhD in counseling psychology and school psychology. After graduation, Alex plans to continue his work and training in the 673rd Medical Group as a military psychologist. Thank you, Alex. Now let's take a moment to remember the students who are no longer with us. We cherish the memories of our time together and the the impacts they've made on our campus and community. Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember those who we have lost. Thank you. To the families and friends of those who have lost, we offer our deepest condolences. Distinguished faculty members, honored guests, thank you for being here with us today to celebrate the immense achievements of our doctoral graduates. Your everlasting support and encouragement do not go unnoticed. To our esteemed doctoral graduates, it is with tremendous pride and admiration I stand before you today to congratulate you on the culmination of years of dedication, resilience, and tireless effort in pursuit of academic excellence. Your commitment to your education, research, and creative endeavors have paved the way to this day. You've all made significant contributions and advancements in your respective fields, and as new torchbearers of our great university, I urge you to embrace your esteemed roles as highly respected scholars and leaders. You are actively shaping the future of industries, academia, the arts, and scholarly achievements in society. As you embark on your new academic and professional pursuits, I encourage you to embody the three values of Florida State: Fures, Artes, Mores. Strength, skill, character through all of your pursuits. As FSU continues to rise in its academic excellence and national rankings, your presence on our campus has undoubtedly helped to make this university the best that it can be. On behalf of the university, congratulations to each of you on your well-earned degrees. Now I'd like to introduce our Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Jim Clark. In his role, he serves as the Chief Academic Officer overseeing all colleges, centers, and institutes. Jim is a visionary leader who works tirelessly to advance the academic mission of FSU. Please join me in welcoming Provost Jim Clark.
Thank you, President McCullough. We gather this morning to celebrate a most significant achievement. The Academy bestows the highest level of distinction in the awarding of the doctorate degree. Demonstrating exceptional discipline, mental toughness, and a deep passion have led you to this important day. There's no doubt that you've encountered many trials and tremendous triumphs throughout this journey. But this morning, your perseverance and sacrifices are appreciated and respected by all of us gathered here. I want to thank the valued friends, family, and faculty who are here today for the crucial support that you have given these distinguished graduates. It's important for those of us here who are joining online to acknowledge that your love and encouragement have helped with these graduates on the path to success. Now, doctoral graduates, it's with immense pleasure that I congratulate you on your achievement. When I look across this arena, I see excellence, scholars, leaders, performers, artists, and visionaries. You bring with you the next great scientific discoveries, the most awesome performances, the next solutions to global challenges, great works of art, and the new theories and strategies that will help shape the state and this nation and this world for the better. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the graduate faculty here who will be living you. Congratulations to the faculty on your hard work. Florida State's graduate faculty challenge our doctoral candidates at every level, offer their wisdom, experience, and expertise, and helps students turn their ideas into dissertations. On behalf of the university, we thank you, faculty, for your mentorship and guidance throughout these candidates' time at Florida State University. Let's acknowledge our faculty. On what we are about to experience together. This fooding ceremony is a ritual, and it signifies something transcendent. Drawing upon the Carnegie Foundation's understanding of the doctoral degree, I'd like to share a few words from their study of the doctorate. They see those holding doctorates as the stewards of their disciplines and their professions in their artistic areas. By invoking the term steward, we attempt to convey the sense of purpose that guides action. Self-identifying as a steward implies adopting a sense of purpose that is larger than oneself and one's personal concerns. By adopting this as a touchstone, the care, the discipline, and understanding that one has been entrusted with that care by those in the field on behalf of those in and beyond the discipline, the individual steward embraces a larger sense of purpose. The scale is both temporally large, looking to the past and to the future, and broad in scope, considering your entire discipline as well as your intellectual neighbors. Importantly, the steward thinks about how to preserve the heart and essence of the field, but there are also important forward-looking meanings, as stewardship does not imply stasis. The steward is a caretaker who trains a critical eye toward the future. A steward must be willing to take risks and move the discipline or profession or field forward. All of us charged with the care of this great university urge you, graduates, to take this on with pride, joy, gravitas, and celebration. Congratulations to you all. We are excited to see what you do next, and we wish you success, happiness, and fulfillment in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Provost Clark. Before we begin the conferral of academic degrees, please remember that anyone who must leave early is asked to do so quickly and quietly so that others are able to see their graduates walk without interruption. I also want to remind our graduates to bring those yellow name cards to the stage when you come. You'll also know that we have provided hand sanitizer as you approach the stage. A lot of hands to be shook up here. We encourage you to use this, but please keep the hand sanitizer off those cards. I appreciate it.
And now to the main event, conferral of academic degrees. For the conferral of doctorate degrees, I recognize our Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Mark Riley.
Will the candidates for doctoral degrees please rise? I have the honor, on behalf of the graduate faculty of Florida State University, to present the candidates for doctoral degree.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate doctoral degree for which you are qualified. Congratulations. You may be seated. Now, the doctoral degrees have been conferred. Will the cities please come forward, along with your major professors or other accompanying faculty, to be recognized.
Will Dean Alvin Littles of the College of Medicine please come forward? And let me announce this is her first doctoral footing as the Dean of the Medical School. Welcome, Dr. Grace Hamill, Doctor of Philosophy and Biomedical Sciences, hooded by Professor E. Red. Will Associate Dean Michelle Rambo Roddenberry of the FSU College of Engineering please come forward? Amara Sige Arashilaj Begara, Yasawan Bandara, Doctor of Philosophy and Electrical Engineering, hooded by Professor Simon Fu. Myung Yoon Song, Doctor of Philosophy and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Professor Farouk Alvi. Youssef Saleh Mohammed Saleh, FAMU PhD in Engineering, hooded by Professor Farouk Alvi. Brian Ben Stratham, Doctor of Philosophy and Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Professor Jonathan Hart. Will Associate Dean Sarah Shields of the College of Fine Arts please come forward? Rachel Downs, Doctor of Philosophy and Art Education, hooded by Professor David Bussack. Will Dean Michelle Cadver of the College of Communication and Information please come forward? Micah Hirsch, Doctor of Philosophy and Communication Science and Disorders, hooded by Professor Caitlin Lansford. Jongwon Kwan, Doctor of Philosophy and Communication, hooded by Professor Cadver. Catherine Christine Tim Fulkerson, Doctor of Philosophy and Communication Science and Disorders, hooded by Professor Nuria Gutierrez. Michelle Torres Chigaro, Doctor of Philosophy and Communication Science and Disorders, hooded by Professor Carla Wood. Dean Tim Chapin of the College of Social Sciences and Public Policy, please come forward. Alexandra Artelius, Doctor of Philosophy and Political Science, hooded by Professor Amanda Driscoll. Emily Boykin, Doctor of Philosophy and Public Administration, hooded by Professor Daniel L. Fay. Jae-Yong Nam, Philosophy and Public Administration, headed by Professor Daniel Fay. Jane Pang, Doctor of Philosophy and Public Administration, headed by, again, Professor Fay. Rochelle Amoy Channer Miller, Doctor of Philosophy and Urban and Regional Planning, headed by Dean Tim Chamberlain. Zachary Hauser, Doctor of Philosophy and Political Science, headed by Professor Matthew Pietreka. Jean-Laurent Yang, Doctor of Philosophy and Public Administration, headed by Professor David Berlin. Would Dean Jing Long of the College of Nursing please come forward? Melissa Ace, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Leanne Barfield. Michelle Joy Meyerhofer, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Leanne Barfield. Stacy Loman Wheeler, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Leanne Barfield. Romaine Marie Benedict, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Alicia Craig Rodriguez. Yolanda Dutrice Leverett, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Alicia Craig Rodriguez. Joanna Marie Pena, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Alicia Craig Rodriguez. Laura Stefanik, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Alicia Craig Rodriguez. Mary Angelina Cherry, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Martha Hartline. Lydia Marie Hendricks, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Martha Hartline. Chad Massey, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Martha Hartline. Patricia Ruan Orinder, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Eileen Cormier. Gina Rose Ramirez, Doctor of Nursing Practice, headed by Professor Cormier. Will Dean Thomas Blomberg of the College of Criminology and Criminal Justice please come forward? Tiffany Annette Tomlinson, Doctor of Philosophy and Criminology, headed by Professor Daniel Peters. Will Dean Todd Queen of the College of Music please please come forward. Ryan Patrick Romey, Doctor of Music and Music Performance, tutored by Professor John Hartz. Dean Dan Andrew of the College of Education, Health, and Human Sciences, please come forward. Claudia Janelle Acosta, Doctor of Philosophy in Higher Education, tutored by Professor Leo Perez-Felton. Tuyib Akitayo Aziz, Doctor of Philosophy and Exercise Physiology, tutored by Professor Justin Lefebvre. Desire Latel Bermudez, Doctor of Philosophy and Human Sciences, tutored by Professor Melinda Gonzalez-Backen. Valentina Adriaga Silva, Doctor of Philosophy and Human Sciences, tutored by Professor Melinda Gonzalez-Backen. Stone Martin Bogart, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling, Psychology, and Human Systems, tutored by Professor Lindsay Jenkins. Alice Fisher, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling, Psychology, and Human Systems, tutored by Professor Lindsay Jenkins. Stephen Bunn, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership and Policy, tutored by Professor Stacy Rutledge. Gangwan Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership and Policy, tutored by Professor Rutledge. Andrea Cole, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology, tutored by Professor Janine E. Turner. Shujan Dai, Doctor of Philosophy in Sport Management, tutored by Professor Joshua Newman. Allison Fleming, Doctor of Philosophy in Sport Management, tutored by Professor Joshua Newman. Eric Wayne DeGore, Doctor of Education in Instructional Systems and Learning Technologies, tutored by Professor Cecil Escurlu. Mike Greger, Doctor of Education in Instructional Systems and Learning Technologies, tutored by Professor Escurlu. Loretta Doss, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, tutored by Professor Nicole Patton Terry. Monique Suzette Harris, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, tutored by Professor Nicole Patton Terry. Rhonda Marie Raines, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, tutored by Professors Sonia Hill and Nicole Patton Terry. Carolyn Neal Gilmore, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, tutored by Professor Veronica Fleury. Susmit Suresh Ulavani, Doctor of Philosophy in Sport Management, tutored by Sujin Han, Doctor of Philosophy in Marriage and Family Therapy, hooded by Professor Jonathan Timmis. Pearl Sumi Park, Doctor of Philosophy in Marriage and Family Therapy, hooded by Professor Jonathan Timmis. Kinsey Elizabeth Occhio, Doctor of Philosophy in Marriage and Family Therapy, hooded by Professor Jonathan Timmis. Rube Asli Kaya, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, hooded by Professor Sherry Sutherland. Maya Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, hooded by Professor Christine Andrews Larson. Bria Lundy, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership and Policy, hooded by Professor Eric Ludwig. Nancy Marinson, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, headed by Professor Laura Stacey. Jordan Elizabeth Marshall, Doctor of Philosophy in Marriage and Family Therapy, headed by Professor Thomas Litterman. Carly Peace, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling, Psychology, and Human Systems, headed by Professor Casey Dozier. Ivy Walker, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling, Psychology, and Human Systems, headed by Professor Casey Dozier. Dania Coffee. Frank Velez, Doctor of Philosophy in Human Sciences, headed by Professor Prashant Singh. Alyssa Morgan, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, headed by Professor Xiaoping Li. Mark Watford, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, headed by Professor Kathy Clark. Tyler Wood, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling, Psychology, and Human Systems, headed by Professor Taylor Thompson. Will Dean Sam Huckabee of the College of Arts and Sciences please come forward? Matt Anderson, Doctor of Philosophy in Spanish, headed by Professor Gretchen Sunderman. Brittany J. Barron, Doctor of Philosophy in English, headed by Professor Dean Sam Huckabee. Cecilia Guaiti, Doctor of Philosophy Philosophy and Neuroscience, headed by Professor Deborah Ann Fadul. Robert Stewart, Doctor of Philosophy and Physics, headed by Dean Sam Huckabee. Wanjing Wang, Doctor of Philosophy and Statistics, headed by Dean Sam Huckabee. Joshua Allen Brown, Doctor of Philosophy and Neuroscience, headed by Dean Sam Huckabee. Bridget Maria Bertoli, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, headed by Professor Thomas Joyner. Sean Patrick Doherty, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, headed by Professor Thomas Joyner. Lauren Harris, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, headed by Professor Thomas Joyner. Melissa A. Midinati, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, headed by Professor Thomas Joyner. Rachel McKenzie Best, Doctor of Philosophy and Biological Sciences, headed by Professor Don Levitin. Alfonso Ria Guerrero, Doctor of Philosophy and Neuroscience, headed by Professor Aaron Wilbur. Nicole Bruce, Doctor of Philosophy and Mathematics, headed by Professor Richard Bertram. Liang Chen, Doctor of Philosophy and Molecular Biophysics, headed by Professor Kenneth Taylor. Gary Lee, Doctor of Philosophy and Molecular Biophysics, headed by Professor Kenneth Taylor. Fairuz Ghazi Esfahani, Doctor of Philosophy and Molecular Biophysics, headed by Professor Kenneth Taylor. Haesong Choi, Doctor of Philosophy and Statistics, headed by Professor Ling Mai. Xiaoyi Wang, Doctor of Philosophy and Statistics, headed by Professor Ling Mai. And Taj Chauhan, Doctor of Philosophy and Computational Science, headed by Professor Sachin Shanbhag. Fahim Hamid Shabir, Doctor of Philosophy and Computer Science, headed by Professor David Wally. Jason Cody, Doctor of Philosophy and Neuroscience, headed by Professor Thomas Hout. Javid Michael Chinnaman, Doctor of Philosophy and Neuroscience, headed by Professor Hout. Mayun Gong, Doctor of Philosophy and Biostatistics, headed by Professor Devayogi Sinha. Harshita Dogra, Doctor of Philosophy and Statistics, headed by Professor Sinha. Madeline Renee Doherty, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, who divine Professor Pamela Keel. Rachel Bernice Elivio, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, who divine Professor Michael Kastak. Michael Long, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, who divine Professor Michael Kastak. Natalia Ealing, Doctor of Philosophy and Oceanography, who divine Professor Michael Stukel. Heather Jean Moore, Doctor of Philosophy and Oceanography, who divine Professor Michael Stukel. Angelica Benhavis, Doctor of Philosophy and Physics, who divine Professor Fernando Everest Cordero. Alexa Grace Guerrero, Doctor of Philosophy and Biological Sciences, who divine Professor Joseph Travis. Winshan Han, Doctor of Philosophy and Statistics, who divine Professor G.P. Eric Daniel Penn, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, who divine Professor Christopher Lonigan. Maisha Binti Hussain, Doctor of Philosophy and English, who divine Professor Ravi Howard. Fatima Jamal Al-Hardi, Doctor of Philosophy and English, who divine Professor Howard. Elizabeth Hutchinson, Doctor of Philosophy and English, who divine Professor Christina Parker Flynn. Douglas Lawrence Keelan, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, who divine Professor Jim McNulty. Charlene Dow, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, who divine Professor McNulty. Sansu Kim, Doctor of Philosophy and Physics, who divine Professor Christiane Pinkman. Gijon Liu, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, who divine Professor David Brightway. Bingfei Liu, Doctor of Philosophy and Statistics, who divine Professor Hongwan Pao. Ronald Melendrez, Doctor of Philosophy and Physics, who divine Professor Hitesh Teglani. Prakash Sharma, Doctor of Philosophy and Physics, who divine Professor Teglani. Alexandria Meyer, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, who divine Professor Derek B. McKinney Pitts, Here's a day Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, hooded by Professor Ann Barrett. Alex Moon, Doctor of Philosophy and Physics, hooded by Professor Luis Villegas. Olatunde Aladehan, Doctor of Philosophy and Physics, hooded by Professor Villegas. Amory Orchard, Doctor of Philosophy and English, hooded by Professor Michael Neal. Raul Eduardo Ortega, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, hooded by Professor Jeffrey Strauss. Seven Gomez, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, hooded by Professor Eddie Matusi. Dorianis Mercedes Perez, Doctor of Philosophy and Computational Science, hooded by Professor Ryan Quack. Pietro Pesci, Doctor of Philosophy in Spanish, hooded by Professor Anel Brando. Jackson Alexander Powell, Doctor of Philosophy and Biological Sciences, hooded by Professor Scott Burgess. Amanda Ritz, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, hooded by Professor Robert Linsenby. Susan Rogowski, Doctor of Philosophy and Mathematics, hooded by Professor Nick Kogan. Saya Syed, Doctor of Philosophy and Biological Sciences, hooded by Professor Jonathan Dennis. Ethan Joseph Simrat, Doctor of Philosophy and Mathematics, hooded by Professor Tom Needham. Xi Chang Yang, Doctor of Philosophy and Meteorology, hooded by Professor Wosheng Liu. Yijing Zhao, Doctor of Philosophy and Biological Sciences, hooded by Professor Hing-Li Tang.
Congratulations to you all. We are pleased to welcome you as alumni of Florida State University. If you're a graduate of multiple degrees from FSU, thank you. Thank you for continuing to be part of the FSU legacy. Doctors, as you leave Florida State, I want to remind each of you that you always be a Seminole. We want to consider this campus to be your home. I'd like to encourage you to stay in touch. With more than 400,000 living alumni, no matter where you go, you're likely to run into an FSU graduate. On this occasion, it's appropriate for us to recognize that Provost graduates. This day would not be possible without the assistance and support of their parents, their spouses, other members of their families and friends. Graduates, please stand for your family and loved ones in the audience and salute them with their applause. Drivers, the resilience that brought you here today is not to be taken lightly. It is a long road to get to where you are today, your PhD, your doctorate degree. It's not easy, and that resilience will serve you well in life. Always remember that seeking quick reward is something that is very difficult to come by, not a good philosophy for you. But that's the reason earning a PhD, doctorate, means so much, because the road that you're taking is not without a lot of pitfalls and a lot of bumps. I have a PhD. I have a PhD in chemistry. I can tell you it was not easy to get a PhD in chemistry. I took my entrance exams when I was at Johns Hopkins, and I didn't fare that well. I entered a class with people where I was clearly the least well-trained person in my class. I took classes and I struggled mightily with each one of those classes, trying to catch up with all of my colleagues. I remember I took a quantum mechanics class because I'm an organic chemist, but I wanted to learn quantum mechanics and organic chemistry at the same time. And I took a quantum mechanics class, and I remember I took it from Dr. Coney. Dr. Coney was a theoretical chemist. And he, on the day in the class before the first exam, he said, "Remember how I said it was going to be an open book test?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, it's actually going to be a closed book test, and we're going to take the test tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh man, this is not good," because I had not studied at all. So I took the exam, and I got it back, and I looked at, this is my first exam in graduate school, and I looked at the test, and I made a zero. I made a zero on the test. A zero. I've never made a zero in my entire life. Okay? Pretty smart guy. And I was thinking, okay, it's over. It's over. It's completely over. So I leaned over to my friend who had moved up from Texas with me to go to grad school at Hopkins, who was much smarter than I was. And I said, "How'd you do on the test?" And he said, I said, "What?" I said, "What?" Zip. I made a zip. I made a zero on the test. And I thought, okay, well, things are looking up. I leaned over to my other friend that I just met a few weeks ago, and I said, "What did you make on the test?" And he said, "I made a quarter of a point." That was the highest grade in class. And I made a B in quantum mechanics, and so it all worked out, and that's grad school for me, right? And so the resilience, to keep going, keep fighting. I ended up graduating from Johns Hopkins, and I won the research award at the university as a top graduate student in my class, and so it was a long road for me. And it didn't come without a lot of encouragement from my professors, my current wife who was a grad student there, but always seeking to try to find opportunities from those who can help you and sticking with it, to have fortitude and resilience to make it and do your best. So it's been a long road for me to be here as the president of Florida State University. But with that, I send you off and And we wish you well. We want you to stay in touch with us, of course, and we know that you'll do great things. Thank you so much for being a student here at Florida State. Thank you for all that you have contributed.
Thank you all for being here today. I want to thank the people who put on these ceremonies. We will end this commencement with the singing and the hymns in the Garden of Gold and the recessional. The recession will be led by the platform party, and the faculty and new doctors will follow. The words to the hymn to the Garden of Gold are on the screens above you. Please rise.